Alright, here we go. Come on, baby. Didn't want it. We're down to about 2 knots here. He's trying to fight that wind. Oh, come on, baby. You can do it. Oh, crap. Feeling more wind here. So the boat is back in the water and the work is done. Now I have the whole summer for rest and repose, to wander, to set my sails to the warm, gentle breezes. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So the next project is to varnish the mast, which will have to be done from the bosun's chair. Definitely not as convenient as when the mast is laying down in the yard, but certainly more cost effective that way. And the general procedure is you sand on the way up and varnish on the way down. And generally 2 coats will do it for the year. Okay, so since I have the outboard bracket on the stern now, I have to work out my procedure for getting the outboard on and off without losing the outboard overboard or scratching up any varnish. So I'm going to use the topsail halyard with a gantlin, which is that little piece of block and tackle you see tied to the outboard. As the angles are a little awkward and the outboard at 43 pounds is a little heavy to try to just horse on and off. And plus it's a little assurance that I'm not going to lose the outboard. Have it end up at the bottom of the harbor. Alright, so first pass, it looks like that'll work okay. So it is Saturday, the 26th of June, and I was planning to get out of this narrow entrance to Jackson Creek this morning, but the wind came up from the south a little too strong for that little 3.5 horse. It might have done it, but I didn't want to chance it. However, right now we're getting a little rain and thunderstorm, so this might perhaps be our ticket out. Once the rain clears and these winds die down, we might be able to slip out of here, so we'll see. Oh, one of the downsides of having power is you're prone to the classic blunder of getting the dinghy painter caught in the propeller.
Engage.
So it's warp factor 1, which in nautical speak is around 3 knots. The wind starts to come back in from the west and then southwest, so I'm a little worried that we're not going to make it out, but in the end we do just fine. Back and forth here, but I think the plan is it's a little bit rocky rolly out here because I wanted to get both the dinghy and the motor up on deck and stowed for taking off to Maine. But it's a little rocky rolly out here, so I think I'm going to sail around to Fishing Bay, just right around the corner here. Should be a little flatter and it's a little easier to take care of business. So I think that's the plan. Okay, so now I have to remove the outboard for real, as soon we will be heading offshore. So I've learned my lesson and added some padding there. And so kind of wiggle things a bit, take up on that gantlin, and we should be able just to haul it right aboard. Okay, just give it the old heave-ho there. And that's aboard. And next I'm going to have to remove the outboard bracket. Alright, so this should just be 1, 2, 3. Let's find out. start with that's one. Just don't close those things overboard. There's two. That's three. Oh, wow, it's heavy. And we're back to pure sailing. So you can kind of work that in there. Let's see if we can get our bumpers back. Makes it a little tough. The other shoe still has yet to fall, which is whenever you add something on a boat, the next question is, where are you going to stow it? Not quite. There. Just getting ready to head offshore after almost 2 months of pretty much non-stop boat work. Everything's spiffy, ready to go. Of course, you just discover other projects. So when I was setting sail this morning, I noticed that some of these hanks are wearing, but this one's just about worn all the way through. So I think we got to replace this hank. Obstacle course here. We got all these dinghies out here racing. So at least it looks like we're clear of the weather mark for the optimists anyway. And we can clear that day marker pretty soon, so we can tack pretty soon. And we got a whole bunch of 420s racing upwind of us. So we'll see how we do today here. Meantime, I'm going to try giving myself another one of my famous DIY haircuts. So wish me luck on that. Bought a new pair of clippers. Hopefully those will work better than the old ones. So we'll see. Anyway, check back with you later. So how do I look? Huh? Not bad.
I look marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
Fun. Not too far from sundown here. It's still Sunday the 27th. And we're slogging our way southbound down the bay. This would be, well, hopefully will be a wonderful wind once we get out past the Bay Bridge Tunnel. We can begin to head northeast. But now, for now, it's dead on our nose. We're starting to get some favorable current, so that's helping us a little. But it's, yeah, going to windward is hard work. Well, good morning. It is Monday, the 28th of June. There's the Bay Bridge Tunnel. And here's us with no wind. Well, very little wind. And we're drifting into the shipping channel, so this is a very bad place to run out of wind. So I got a little bit of breeze. I'm just hoping to make it to the other side of the channel before another one of these big ships comes through. So we got a little bit of wind now, and we're off to the side of the channel. So the only danger is that this wind could die and we're going to get swept up on the bridge. It's not too deep to anchor, so that's as long as we're not in the channel, we can drop our anchor. Well, the wind has died again, but at least we're not in the channel. Sure wouldn't want to get in that guy's way. My sailors always talk about a fair wind, because when the wind is foul, like it's been ever since we left Deltaville, Fishing Bay, we've been going to windward. And especially when the current is foul on top of that, it makes for very slow progress. By late afternoon, we have finally worked our way offshore and clear of all dangers. And the wind is fair and we're sailing fast and on our way to Maine.